I would say flat and hard so that you don't bruise and damage. And because that's the one thing, anytime I have someone talking to me about being bruised, it's because someone did it to them. And that's why I love empowering people, and I only teach. I give you the tool, and then I just show you how to use it. You listen to your body, you know your pain levels, and if we have injury and inflammation, they can't see it, but we can feel it. And so it's kind of like they're working with you going, oh no, this is good for you, this is good for you. And it's just a whole different level. It's not like muscle at all. And that's where I think education behind fascia has to be extremely personal. We have to listen to our bodies. We have to understand what my right foot feels like today and what my right foot feels like in 3 days. I know that answer, but a massage therapist isn't. They're gonna go through multiple clients. So if you could find a very basic practice, you're gonna be very successful in that, and you're gonna have clients that are coming back because they're gonna see it. So a really basic story that kind of goes with that. I had a woman that I was just kind of mentoring in the sauna. I hang out in the sauna for an hour sometime, and she did not want to come to class. I think she felt a little bit insecure going to a big class with a lot of people, but she would wear knee braces every single day. She was super active, playing pickleball, playing tennis over at Summit. And I said to her, what if you just got a rolling pin at home and just sat and rolled right in front of your knees to pull that inflammation out? She's like, I think I can do that. And she's Samoan, so she doesn't speak very good English either. So like, I have a lot of broken English conversations. That's how I roll.
No pun intended.
Yeah, that's how I roll. And so it was just so beautiful because I would meet with her just randomly, energy would bring us together, and all she was doing was rolling her knees and her quads, just sitting watching her nightly shows with her husband. And she got to the point after 1 year where she no longer had to wear her knee braces. And she almost just, I don't know, exploded when she saw me the next time, because we just met up again in the sauna, and I was like, hey, you don't have your knee braces on. She's like, I don't even have to wear them anymore. And when I walk, my feet are straight again. And she just had so much to tell me. She never even came to my class. She never even bought a tool. She just took the knowledge of applying pressure in those areas around the joints. And then she eventually got her daughter. She told me her daughter would come over. She'd lay on her bed, and her daughter would just roll the back of the calves and the back of the hamstrings. So very simple, just going over your entire body. You just want to be careful of the bones. This is hard. It will bruise you. And that's why I say fascia is very personal. You listen to your body, you feel that warmth, you start to reconnect with your body. So the physical side, the fascia is connecting us, physical, and the fascia is always connected to the energetic. So if we're taking care of the fascia, I truly believe we will be able to connect with the energetic side of our true higher self and love and be kind to the physical side of our body, where we're not limping or just accepting the pain and just thinking that we have to live in this painful physical world. I don't believe that. I believe, from what I've learned over this last year, especially being in this group of people, we all know our mind is truly what is controlling the pain, the happiness, the joy, the health, the wellness of our bodies. So if we can get this in check, the mind's in check, all of a sudden we're making these connections. We no longer have to live in pain.
So this sounds to me like using this gently will also move the lymphatic for somebody who's not able to do that, right?
Exactly.
Because the swelling is a byproduct of the stagnant.
Yeah, exactly. And so if that's what I was saying, as a massage therapist, if you're doing this for someone who can't do it themselves, just keep it gentle, keep it in a small, controlled area. And we do use jade scrapers. So if you needed to help someone out with arthritis in their hand, you can completely reverse arthritis. And you, like taking a senior citizen who cannot completely close their hand.
Or is that like body brushing? A scraper?
A scraper like a what?
Yeah, what scraper? Is this a different tool?
Yeah, the tool looks like a heart, and they sell them online. $5, don't pay more than $10 for one. They're made out of jade, they're made out of rose quartz, obsidian, so you get them in a lot of different natural minerals. And those are what we would use for our hands, for our face, for our toes. I do like to use the sharp edge to go in between my toes though, because I've sprained a lot of my toes, so I did have a lot of buildup there. But I use the sharp edge in class to also roll in between for carpal tunnel. It's like when we're doing it on ourselves, we can use the roller, but when you're doing it on other people, that hand scraper makes a lot more sense. If you don't have a jade scraper, that's a great tool for your practice too. The jade roller, I don't like so much because it just doesn't put the pressure, and it's just awkward, and sometimes they're made really cheaply and they just fall off. But, okay, so one more thing. Ethan brought up a product that he uses for anti-aging. And since I said using this tool is actually gonna help your cells, baby cells go into your body, you're gonna become younger. You need to know what's in your cells. So Ethan works with a company, I think we use the same idea of a product, which is called AC11. AC11 is the product that you can put in your body. I believe it's cat's paw? Yes, I always call it cat's claw. I think I like claw.
Yeah.
Cat's paw.
Yeah.
Cat's paw. When you extract AC11 from it, you can patent it. So my company has a patent. The company Isogenics, I think is what Ethan works with, they have a patent. But I just want you guys to know what you put in your cells changes that physical body. What I use is a vegan product made from plants only. There's no other fillers, no other products in here. And it has my name on it, because what I did to make this is I took a DNA test. And that DNA test told this company I have high inflammation issues. I have detox issues. I have the fat gene, which means every 30 minutes my DNA tells me I'm hungry, even if I just got done eating. So, yeah, and those are real things. And so for me, I have obesity in my family. My dad was one to tell me, oh, every dog has its day. You know, eventually you're 35 now. I started getting adult acne when I was 30, and it just, some things started happening, and my parents' answer was always, it's genetic. It's genetic. That's what happens. You're 30 now, my mom would say, well, you know, you've got better get your thyroid checked. Your hormones are going to get all out of whack, just like mine. And I'm going, no, no, and no. I don't believe in that. And I love all of you guys because you're like me. You're like, no, we're in control of our health. We're in control of our destiny. And that's where I've been for these past 2 years. Like I said, I found fascia, got certified. 6 months later, I found euphoria. And after that
product is to you, personalized to you?
To me, personalized to me. Yeah, all the
Each
ingredients.
person would take, like we would take our own DNA test.
Yep, and my husband has his, and it has his name on it, and it's down to the microdose, so each plant, each vegetable is gonna be a little bit different, but every one has AC11 in it. And AC11 is what Easton and I both are very firm believers in, is this product has now been case study, proven, and shown. It heals our telomeres, the part we talked about on our cells. It lengthens our telomeres.
So where we can order it?
With me.
Okay, awesome. It was easy,
So
duh.
yeah, so here, did you get my information? Here's a couple more. So everything that I do in health and wellness, I've just learned over these past 2 years. I do Reiki, and I also got certified in light language. Any of you who haven't seen light codes or hearing light language, I have all of the books to help you decipher that. A lot of people who are intuitive have been seeing light code in some of their dreams and some of their visions. So if you say, like, Nikki, I keep seeing a purple pyramid, I go, okay, this is what it means, you know, and I can go look that up in my book. So certified in that, DNA nutrition, and of course intuitive talk therapy. I am a Palladian, I am ascended, I do speak with complete heart compassion now and love. And so I feel like I'm at that point where I can sit with somebody and not just hear what they're saying, but feel what they need to know. And so I don't think I have anything else to
You're
talk.
welcome.
Thank you, and I love you all. And I just love being part of this circle. And if you'd like to come to Be Hot, I teach there, but it's always right after this class. I teach in about 30 minutes. But I also teach at Awakened Soul, which is a beautiful, beautiful, quiet area that I feel like this group would probably fit in at Awakened Soul a little bit better because it's more for us woo-woo people. Be cot is super cool, it's super upbeat, there's a lot of young, young kids there. And I love it, yeah, we go, and it's fun, but it's not so much,
More on the athletic.
yeah, it's more on the athletic side versus the spiritual side. Thank you, that does make a lot more sense.
Because I go to both.
Yeah.
When I want athletic, I go there.
Yes.
If I want spiritual, I go there.
Yeah, exactly. And so I teach over at Awaken Soul on Mondays at 4:15. And I'm always willing to just come to you. And I don't mind doing private sessions. I don't charge anymore, $20. I'll even stay for 2 hours because I love you guys. I'm like, I'm supposed to charge $20 an hour. I just have a hard time with that.
What is this type of offer? The bachelor also offer? Oh, you're-
Yeah, here. And so I just, when I put these out, I put half off. If you guys want to do any sessions or treatments with me, that's a little bit. Yes, sweetheart, would you like to share more? So cool. Oh, at David's. David's cool. David's their friend who came to class. I think a couple of you guys got to meet David here with his son, Marius. Yeah. So, even though I'm gonna go teach, I know Scott doesn't open up till 11 here. If you guys would like to stay, I was gonna leave you my book. And if you wanna stay and practice here, I'm gonna leave my rollers for you too. And then I'll come and practice them up after. Okay, so yeah, go ahead.
How do you do thyroid?
Oh, the thyroid. Okay, I'm gonna lay on the floor.
Sorry,
Yeah, no, it's good. I'm gonna go lay on the floor right now anyways, but here's my book, so if you guys stay after, that's the instruction manual. You can just look at it, play with some positions. All right. So for thyroid, we have to get really uncomfortable. So I always warn people, if you're afraid of being choked, like if you've had that trauma, don't do this, because it's gonna replicate that feeling. So we have to get the roller deep into the neck, and this is the starting position, and that's already pretty uncomfortable. Pulling our knees up helps us get deeper into the neck. So, okay. Being in this position, I already feel the tension coming from under my right jawbone down into my clavicle, the side of my throat. But like I said, this is the starting position. So you breathe in, and then when you breathe out, you pull your neck over the roller. And what I do is I do that 10 times in class on each side. So we just take a deep breath. And the idea behind our body is that any pressure forces it back into resetting. So through trigger point therapy, what they teach you is there's a certain amount of time they put that needle right in that trigger point and it resets and it releases everything. And so we can get the same type of benefit by just putting pressure anywhere on the body. So once upon a time you'd get hurt and the doctor would say, oh, don't touch it, go elevate it, leave it alone, ice it. No, put pressure on it. Put pressure on it, roll it. If you have a knee injury and you notice swelling, get something and start working that swelling out of the knee because it's just gonna keep coming. And you have the ability to just pull it back out and pull it back out. So I'm all about creating your own tools. I love empowering people and think, these are $70.
Yeah. I got this when we first started because I couldn't find those.
Oh, yeah.
And these were only like $15 at Walmart. They're not as effective as this because it's foam, but it's a good start.
It's a good start.
And the other thing is, I have a big butt, and it's hard for me to roll this behind my legs with my butt hanging down on the ground.
Oh, gotcha.
And this
And she
elevates
lifted up a little
so
bit
that
higher.
the pressure goes on the roller and not dragging on the floor.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what I use this for, is just to vacuum my legs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
else I use this.
You use that one. Yeah, and that's a
It's a
great
good
point.
start.
Yeah, and the foam roller are a great start because this is not comfortable. You know, putting it, I'll be honest, our quads, we use our quads all day, every day. They're constantly flexed. So imagine taking this with all of your body weight. This is what we do in class. And we lay all that body weight right on that quad. And then we roll. So I have people want to quit the first time. I have people not come back at all. I had an older man request my phone number so he could basically just chew me out. He was like, I've been sore for a week. This feeling's not going. I think you must have had a lot of stored trauma. He goes, well, I know I did. Okay.
He's still angry.
Yeah, he's still angry. And he said, listen, that's why he wanted to come to my class, because he knew he had a lot of stored trauma. He talked about his childhood, and when that was starting to come out, you'll feel like you have COVID. It is the flu, it's the detox, it's the temperature, it's the sweats, it's, what did I just do to myself? But it's, you know, that 36, 72 hours, you're restored. All of your cells have now gone through that 72-hour cycle, and now you're actually younger in 3 days than you were 3 days ago. And so you just keep it up, those baby cells are coming out, you're putting good fruits and vegetables and vitamins into your body, so every time your cells are replicating, they're getting healthier and not more mutated. And every time you're doing your DNA mantras and repeating that we are in control of our bodies, our cells are healthier, then just imagine every 72 hours, that programming that you're creating with your mind is actually putting those new cells into you.
I have a question, like, I've seen people do this like for cellulite and things like that. How does this affect?
Yeah, I would
cellulite?
say, you know, officially, we can't declare it's gonna heal or cure anything. However, naturally, it breaks down everything in your body. Whether it's calcification, arthritis type stuff, whether it is cellulite, water storage, fat storage. Like I said, I have those detoxing issues. So my mom had a huge tumor. She also gets a lot of fatty cysts. And knowing about that, now it's like, oh, anytime I feel fatty cysts, because I get them all the time, I just sit there and work it and break it down. You know, bunions, for people who start to get the calcification on the outside here, you can actually de-bunionize your foot. Just sit there. I like to make up words, thank you. And you just sit there and you scrape it, and it just reverses what is going on. So our
Yeah, just
body,
get surgery.
yeah, well, and that's the thing. Doctors are always willing to cut stuff apart. You have plantar fasciitis. What do? They just cut it.
Yes.
They don't fix it. They don't.
Okay, so I have swelling and deformation because of arthritis, and so I would rub that out. It is
So painful. I know.
Okay.
I know, sweetheart. It's gonna be super painful. Start lightly. Only go until it's warm. Once it turns red and warm, that's all you can do for today. But it's the consistency. So how long did it take for that arthritis to build up?
A long time, years.
Years. So give it 1 year. It won't take years. For me, I mean, I had that back pain for a year, and it took me 1 year, and I was going about 2 to 3 days a week to class. That's before I was teaching. So yeah, but arthritis in the fingers, we have a beautiful, if you go to thefashionator.com, Anthony has a lot of before and after pictures, and you could also just get one of those jade scrapers, and it kind of does that, so you have that little notch in it,
Yeah.
and it'll just go right over that finger, and in between there.
Okay, I looked it up and I
You did?
saw what it looks like.
Pretty cheap, like $5-10. Like they shouldn't be too much.
Is there an energy signature behind arthritis?
An energy signature?
Yes, the cause. Energy.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
Well, it depends
know,
on
I
where
have,
it is in the body.
yeah, I have my Louise Hayes book at home that would have
Yeah.
that answer.
I do that. I
Yeah.
have that as well.
Yeah, so arthritis definitely does, and I'm guessing obviously it's
I
a
just wondered
stagnation.
if there was a fashion side.
Oh no, fashion doesn't go into the energy world like that. I do because that's
But it
me.
can help the arthritis.
Yeah, no, arthritis is just a buildup, so they just teach us it's a calcification and it can just get broken down. Because nothing is solid in the body until it comes out. None of our bones are solid inside of us, even though it feels solid, that lump, it feels solid, it's not. It's still movable and has a lot of fluid in it, so it can be broken down.